Okay, we're solving exercises of area and perimeter. Now we're going to work with triangles and trapezoids. Okay, so these are the formulas of area and perimeter for both of the figures. We're going to work with these formulas and we're going to start using them in this exercise. Okay, find the area and perimeter of the following figure. You can see this thing is a triangle. I have the three sides of the triangle and the height. Remember, the height is always perpendicular to the base. Okay, so I'm going to begin using the formula of area for the triangle. Okay, area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to multiply the base with the height and then I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay, which number is the base? The base is, in this case, 18. And which number is the height? The height is not a side. In this case, the height will be this measurement, okay, of 12 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to put 12 in there. So I'm going to multiply 18 times 12 and divide by 2. That gives me an answer of 108. So I'm going to put as an answer 108 millimeters. And remember, we're talking about area, so this thing needs to be squared. Okay. Next, I'm going to go with the perimeter. Okay. Perimeter is basically adding A plus B plus C, adding the three sides of the triangle. Every time you're trying to find perimeter, you just need to add all of the sides of the figure you're dealing with. In this case, 12 is not a side. You're just going to add this 3, okay? Only the sides of the figure, okay? So I'm going to add them. Doesn't matter in which order you put them. It's just adding. So 12.4 plus 18 plus 24.2, okay? So those are the things I'm going to add. It's going to give me an answer of 54.6, okay? So if I add those numbers, I will get 54.6 millimeters. Remember that in perimeter, we don't square the unit, okay? That will be the area and perimeter of this figure, okay? Let's go with the next exercise. Find the area and perimeter of the following figure. We have the base, the height, but we're missing the other side, okay? We need the three sides for finding the perimeter, so I'm going to focus first on finding this side. How am I going to find that side? I'm going to use Pythagorean theorem. If you remember, Pythagorean theorem is basically c squared, okay, equals a squared plus b squared, okay? That's basically Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to have to do is substitute each one of these pieces of information, okay? So instead of c, I'm going to put the hypotenuse, which is x in this case. Instead of a, I'm going to put the height, which is 15. And instead of b, I'm going to put the base, which is in this case 8. Okay. So I just need to find the answer for 15 squared plus 8 squared, which will be 289. 15 squared plus 8 squared is 289. Okay. Now what am I gonna do next? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass this square to the other side as a square root. So I'm gonna put square root symbol. Okay. Square root of 289. Okay. Now, what is the square root of 289? The square root of 289 will be, in this case, 17. So that will be the third side that I was looking for, okay? Why do we need this side? I need it for the perimeter, okay? So now that we found it, let's use the formulas. First, I'm going to find the area of the triangle, okay? Remember, I'm asked to find both area and perimeter, okay, in this case. So I'm going to use first the formula for area, then the formula for perimeter. What is the base in here? Instead of b, I'm going to put 8 because 8 is the base. Instead of h, I'm going to put 15 because 15 is the height, okay? So I just need to multiply 8 times 15 divided by 2. If I multiply 8 times 15 divided by 2, that will give me 60, okay? So the area will be 60. Now, do you see there are no units in here? Like in the previous one, I have millimeters, okay? But in this one, I have no units. When you don't have units, you can put a letter U to say kind of like it's a unit, but I don't know which one. Okay, so I put letter U. That's something we kind of like understand. You put the letter U because you don't know which unit you're dealing with. Okay, so you just put the U. Okay. Perimeter. Now we're gonna find the perimeter. To find the perimeter, we need to add the three sides of the triangle. Okay, so I'm gonna put formula for perimeter will be a plus b plus c. Okay, and those sides will be 8, 15, and this one is 17. Remember, we found it. Okay, So A plus 15 plus 17. Doesn't matter which one is A, which one's B, which one is C. You just need to add the three of them. Okay. So it will be 8 plus 15 plus 17. Okay. Now that we add them, it will give us 40. Okay. So 8 plus 15 plus 17 will be 40. You put the U for units because we don't know which unit is, so we put the U. Kind of like we understand that U, we put it when we don't know which unit it is. It's a standard like unit for everything. For like any moment you don't know what to put. Okay. So that will be exercise 2. So let's go with the next one. Okay. It says find area and perimeter of a right triangle with a base of this, hypotenuse of this, and height of this. Okay, so it's a right triangle. Okay, it's kind of like the previous one. Okay, when we say hypotenuse, we're talking about the diagonal side of the triangle. Okay? So I'm gonna copy from here the formula for area of a triangle. It will be base times height divided by 2. The base in this case will be base of 10, and the height will be 7. Okay, so 10 times 7 divided by 2. Okay, 10 times 7 divided by 2 will give me an answer of 35. 35 square meters. Okay, remember that we put the units squared when we're finding area, and because the units of the exercise are meters, then basically the answer that we have is in meters too. Okay, now the perimeter of a triangle is adding the three sides, A plus B plus C. In a right triangle, the height is also a side in this case. Okay, there are other triangles where the height is not a side, but in a right triangle, yes, it is. It is one of the three sides that we're working with. Okay, so A plus B plus C. We just need to add the three sides, which are 10 plus 12.2 plus 7. I'm not saying that 12.2 is B. No, obviously B is 10. Okay, but it doesn't matter in which order you put them. Okay, 10 plus 12.2 plus 7, that will give me 29.2. Okay, 29.2 meters. That will be the answer for the area and the perimeter of this triangle. And the last exercise, find the area and perimeter of this figure. Okay, this is a trapezoid. Okay, you can see that you have two sides that are parallel, but the other ones are not. Okay, so that will be a trapezoid. So what is the formula for the area of a trapezoid? The formula for the area of a trapezoid is this one: 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. Okay, so 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. Instead of 1/2, we can put 0.5 because 1/2 and 0.5 are basically the same thing. Okay, the base 1, which could be either this one or this one. Okay, according to the drawing that we have at the beginning, the base 1 will be the longer base, and base 2 will be the shorter base. Okay, so base 1 will be 10, and base 2 will be 6, and the height would be 8. Okay, so we're not going to use 8.54, neither 8.06, because those are not neither bases or height. Okay, so 10 plus 6 is basically 16, so I could put 16 here, or I could put the whole thing inside the calculator to get the answer. Okay, doesn't matter which thing you decide to do, you're still gonna get the same answer. Okay, if I multiply 0.5 times 16, or 10 plus 6 times 8, that should give me an answer of 64. Okay, now because the units are meters, then I'm gonna put meters, and because I'm finding area, I need to put that unit squared. It will be squared meters. Okay, then we're gonna find the perimeter of the trapezoid. Basically, the perimeter of a trapezoid, same thing as perimeter for any figure, is adding all of the sides. Okay, A plus B1 plus B2 plus C. Okay, so I'm gonna add all of those sides. Okay, so perimeter will be A plus B1 plus B2 plus C. Okay, so A will be in this case 8.06 plus B1 is 10 plus B2 is 6 plus C is 8.54. Like I said, it doesn't matter in which order you put them. In this case, I put them in order. In the previous exercise, I didn't. I put them unorganized. It doesn't matter because you're adding. When you're adding, it doesn't matter in which order you put the numbers. You still get the same answer. Okay. This sum is going to give you 32.6. So the answer will be in this case 32.6. Because the units are meters, I'm going to put meters. I'm finding perimeter, so I'm not going to square it. It's going to stay like that, linear unit. And that will be it. That's how we find area and perimeter for triangles and for trapezoids.